Stage 1. Birth. The first cry, and the first bill. Congrats, kid, you've arrived. Hope you like noise. You are welcomed into the world in a Manhattan hospital room that costs $5,000 a night. The doctor hands you to mom, but she's too busy arguing with the nurse about the rush fee for an epidural. Meanwhile, your father is already stressed while Googling how to sell a kidney to afford preschool. When they take you home, your mother places you in your crib, a bassinet wedged between a radiator and a stack of Amazon boxes. Forget what you've heard about the city that never sleeps. It's the city that never lets you sleep. You are immediately greeted by the symphony of cab horns, construction jackhammers, distant sirens, your neighbor who is always having a party, and the delightful mix of subway exhaust and street vendor fumes. Stage 2. Early childhood. Adventures in the concrete jungle. This is the time of wonder, exploration, and puddle evasion. Where else can you struggle with dog poop, aggressive pigeons, and a guy playing Despacito on saxophone at 7 a.m.? You're strapped into a stroller while your mom raises her voice at a cafe. Make sure the oat milk is organic and gluten-free this time. Your parents argue about the best way to raise a billionaire while speed-walking to the fish market. Your dad insists coding classes start at 18 months. Your mom argues you need to master emotional manipulation first. She interrogates the fishmonger. Was this salmon raised listening to Mozart? Your playground is Central Park. But watch out for the squirrels. They're basically the mafia of the animal kingdom here. They'll steal your snacks faster than you can say, "Mommy." Your mom starts teaching you early. These are called squirrels. They're just rats with better PR. Rats, on the other hand, know they're ugly, so they compensate with attitude. And surprisingly, they're great listeners. Forget about grass stains. Your knees are a mosaic of sidewalk grime, melted ice cream, and 3-year-old chewing gum. Your parents film your every move for Instagram, captioning it, "Future CEO," as you eat a stick of sidewalk chalk. School is less ABCs and more how to network before you can tie your shoes. By age 5, you've mastered the art of the side-eye and learned that sharing is caring, unless it's the last slice of dollar pizza. Now fast forward to when your hormones get better and everything else gets worse. Stage 3. Teenage years. Puberty, acne, and the mystery subway liquid. Puberty hits hard. It's a time of rebellion and realizing that your parents are even more clueless than you thought. Your voice cracks, and your Instagram feed becomes a desperate cry for validation via sunset pics over the Hudson River. You're finding yourself, which means you're either practicing math problems or leading a debate team on why math is irrelevant after high school. Your first solo subway ride is a rite of passage, like getting your Hogwarts letter, but with more urine smell. You've mastered the art of the subway schlep, avoiding tourists, rats the size of Mini Coopers, that one guy preaching about aliens, and learning that personal space is a capitalist lie. By now, you need to have a strong answer for the question, Yankees or Mets. Hesitation gets you automatically drafted to the Mets. Weekends? They're for protesting something you only half understand while Instagramming an $8 avocado toast. Your mantra? I'm not a brand, I'm a lifestyle. But deep down, you're just a walking Zara ad with anxiety. Your first crush? Probably someone on the subway. Good luck finding her again. First girlfriend? Someone named Mia who says, "I'm literally obsessed 15 times a day," and genuinely believes Mercury's chaotic orbit in her birth chart is the root of her bad decisions. But you can't stand her using too much emojis, so you dump her and fill your time by joining a ragtag team of breakdancers who are 1 step away from being professional TikTokers and 2 steps away from actual employment. Stage 4. College, roaches, and roommates. You enroll in NYU. You get to network with other equally indebted individuals and maybe land an internship that pays in experience. You share a closet-sized dorm with 2 strangers. One's definitely a cult leader. The other's a trust fund baby who sleeps upside down and has never done laundry. You survive on ramen noodles, dollar pizza, and the questionable hot dog from a street vendor, and spend 4 years perfecting the art of looking busy while mainlining bodega coffee. Now, exploring your passions means attending parties, cramped apartments where you can barely move, let alone dance. Elective course. Why is New York so dirty? It's not grime, it's ambition residue. Your dad calls you to intern at his disruptive startup. Disruptive equals he hasn't filed taxes since 2018. So, you prefer to sacrifice your spirit at an unpaid internship where your boss's LinkedIn bio says thought leader. He tells you, "We're family," but denies your bathroom breaks. But at least you've got a LinkedIn post. Thrilled to be exploited in the heart of Silicon Alley. I once touched a CEO's dog. Stage 5. Adulthood. The hamster wheel. Congratulations, you've unlocked real adulthood. Your prize is living in a $3,000 a month cozy studio that offers a balcony, a fire escape doubling as a bike rack. And yes, the shower is also the kitchen. Just remember, you're not paying for space. You're paying for the delusion that one day you'll be someone. Your dating profile says, adventurer, foodie, wanderlust, but your DMs whisper, looking for someone to split rent on a studio. Meanwhile, your parents' weekly check-in now features the timeless classic, "When are you getting a real job?" You finally find the real job, grinding 80-hour weeks for a boss who doesn't know your name, all for the privilege of free cold brew and the occasional ping pong tournament. Your job title is Senior Content Curator for Synergistic Wellness Solutions, and your office has a great view of a brick wall. Your manager emails at 2 a.m. Urgent, fix the PowerPoint shade of blue. Daily reminder, you are replaceable. You've hit 40. Your milestones. Bought a Peloton to keep up? It's now a $2,000 laundry rack. Married a therapist named Dr. Philomena. You now refer to Brooklyn as upstate and judge anyone under 30. You've upgraded to a one-bedroom in Astoria and adopted a rescue dog named Banksy. Work? The same soul-crushing job, but now with more responsibility and less hair. Hobbies? Competitive yoga and complaining about tourists? You may also consider other midlife crisis options. Date a 22-year-old side chick who calls you daddy. Start a podcast about crypto. Take up competitive pickleball and lose to a retiree named Karen. Cry at a Phoebe Bridgers concert. Get a Botox injection and pretend you're not aging. You have kids. Now you get to experience the joy of navigating Times Square with a stroller while narrating, "See? This is why we don't make eye contact with strangers." Weekends. Standing in line for brunch and defending your 3x3 foot of grass from influencers and off-leash Pomeranians in Central Park. Your kids ask how they were born. You tell them your edition of the Birds and Bees. Instead of a stork, a brave subway rat delivered them to the apartment. You take them to the zoo. See that peacock? It has more Instagram followers than your mom. You regret the joke instantly. They ask, "Why is that lion pacing back and forth?" "Well, he's in New York too. Come on, let's try not to get mugged on the way out." Stage 6. Retirement. Good luck affording it. You're 65. You've considered moving to Florida, but let's be real. Your retirement plan is a shoebox of expired Metro cards and the $17 in your Venmo account. Well, your doctor banned you from Florida anyway. Your heart can't handle seeing a blue sky or a pedestrian yielding right of way. Daily agenda. 7 a.m., yelling at pigeons. 10 a.m., storming a town hall to rant about bike lanes. 2 p.m., arguing with a poor Costco cashier about the early bird special. 5 p.m., joining a Zoom millennial mentorship program to teach avocado toast recipes, but ending up in a heated debate about why Riz isn't a real word. Stage 7. Death. Forgotten in 4 seconds. You collapse on the 6 train, but people are too busy staring at their phones to notice. Attendees, your kids, your dog walker, and Philomena. She wants to make sure you're really dead. The eulogy is delivered by a ChatGPT clone trained on your Twitter rants about the system, while your family fights over who gets your collection of unused tote bags. Your artisanal coffin costs more than your college degree, but you can rest knowing that the funeral is New York's last ripoff. The city moves on. Your kids sell your studio to a luxury condo developer for a 200% markup. The cycle continues. But don't worry, you'll live on in the memories of your friends who will gather to reminisce about your life. Remember when he thought he could make it as a stand-up comedian? Good times. Now let's binge on other states' videos.